Welcome to Steinau Straße, which is the childhood home of the famous Brothers Grimm that have a lot to do with the fairy tales and folklore and the stories you know as kids, probably from the likes of Disney. We are on stop number 3 of the Deutsche Märchenstraße, or the German Fairytale Route or Road. This is a beautiful town, and obviously it has a very deep connection with the Brothers Grimm. But this town also has a lot of history that dated before the Brothers Grimm, and a lot of beauty, just natural beauty, Instagrammable moments. What is that moments that us travelers like? There is a lot to take a look at today that go beyond the Brothers Grimm. But we can't start the day unless we actually start the day. So enough of my jibber jabber, let's start the adventure. Now we are still just outside the Brothers Grimm house, so we didn't go very far. But this is definitely one of those what is that moments, and it just looks like some rocks and maybe an old something in the ground right outside the house. But this is an extremely important part of the history of this town and of the region in general, because this is the original streets, or the original trade route from the Via Regia, which was from Frankfurt to Leipzig. Now, Frankfurt and Leipzig are both modern day cities, modern day powerhouses in Germany, but even back in the medieval times, that was also the case. So this was an extremely important trade route. And they actually ended up finding some of the street from that time, the original street. But those two details are extremely important in the history of where Steinau came from. Remember, the Brothers Grimm didn't get here until 1791. There was a lot going on before 1791 in Steinau. And so the castle we're going to see today as well wasn't built until later, but the original one was built in the 13th century, and that was to protect these trade routes, because these trade routes would have a lot of robbers on them. They'd have a ton of robbers. And so it was very important that the trade routes were protected, especially if you go down to the Spessart, Odenwald, this area, major problems with robbers and merchants. And so that's why the castle, the original castle, was built. Not the one we're gonna see today, sorry. I don't have a time machine. And by the way, the town was founded in 1290, and it was actually named a lot of different other names, and it wasn't until 1978 that it actually got the name Steinau an der Straße. But now that we have a baseline understanding of the town's history, let's head over to the market square, because now we're going to start to bring in the Brothers Grimm into our story, into our tour. There's a few things over there that have to do with the Brothers Grimm and the family, but also were built much later, but is part of the town and their love for being on the Märchenstraße. So I will meet you over at the market square. Let's take in some of the sights on the way over there. So we made it to the market square, and remember, the reason we learn the baseline history is so we can kind of understand and connect the dots from here on out. And that's especially important because, as I said at the last stop, this place was founded as a city in 1290. It was gaining market rights, all of that. And what happens with market rights is you have a market, and we are here. So this market has been here since the year 1290. And the thing to remember is in the 1790s, when the Grimms were here, this market square would have looked pretty much just like this. Okay, not the fountain, but everything else, and I'll get into why the fountain wasn't there, but everything else would have looked the same. So if you were best friends with the Grimm brothers and the Grimm siblings and running around here playing as kids, you would have recognized this even today as you would have back then. But I did mention the fountain. The fountain wasn't around back then. But in order to talk about this, I do have to leave the comfort of my shade and go back into the sun on this hot day. This was built in 1985 to commemorate the 200th birthday of the Brothers Grimm. It was built by a sculptor from Würzburg, and it depicts 19 different fairy tales from the Grimm collections. So when you're looking at this, I'm going to do some close-ups here for you. Let me know which stories in the comments that you recognize from this. There's 19 of them. I'm willing to bet you're going to recognize quite a few of these. So I'll take my time and make sure that you can see as many as possible so that you can tell me what you end up finding. But that's the connection. That's why this was obviously in 1985. Pretty much the only thing in this square that wasn't there. Okay, yeah, the cars that drive through here as well. You got me. The cars weren't here either in 1790s. So now let's move on to something that was actually here during the Brothers Grimm time, and in fact, it played a very, very important role in their lives. This is Katharina Kirche, or St. Catherine's Church. The original structure, not what we're seeing today. Just remember that a lot of times on this channel, you're going to see a lot of things. I say it's 12th, 11th century. That was basically a lot of times the foundations and not what we exactly see today or mostly see today. So there was a structure here since the 900s. This is a very, very old church. But what we see today mostly was built in the late 15th century or early 16th century, most of it. But what role did the church play in the Grimm's lives? And the answer is quite a lot, because their grandfather, Friedrich Grimm, was the pastor here up until his death in 1777. So that already is a big, big correlation with their lives. But they also went to church here from 1791 to 1796. The Grimm family went to church. And in fact, Jakob, one of the brothers Grimms, Jakob, he was confirmed in this church. So this played a major role in their lives, or at least in the Brothers Grimm's early part of their lives. So now that we know about the fountain and we know about the church, what is this building behind me? I always like talking about the Rathauses. We're not going to talk much about it. It's a beautiful building. It's the City Hall, or Rathaus, and it was built in 1561 in this particular place. That's all I really want to say about it. I just like them. I think they're always beautiful when you come to a town, and they're often in the center. So it's always nice to say, hey, at least what is that building that I'm literally standing right by? Now, I told you, the castle is back there, right? So you're like, hey, obvious next stop, we're going to the castle. We are not. We have some other places to stop first. We will get back to the castle, don't worry. But let's go take a look at the other places first, and then we'll circle back over here. Taking a quick pit stop over at the Brücken-Zwinge Tower. And this tower was actually pretty cool. It was in the 15th century as part of the gate, or part of the city wall. And what this was designed to do, you can kind of see it right here actually. This little narrow corridor, if enemies came through the gate area, they were pretty much trapped here in easy pickings, and that tower up there was meant to be a major deterrent to them to basically take care of them. But by the late 20th century, as is often the case with a lot of these medieval things, this was massively overgrown until a group of local volunteers who named themselves the Steinau Wall Woodpeckers. Not a bad name if you ask me. If you're choosing names, that's a name I would like to have. So the Steinau Wall Woodpecker group of volunteers put over 1,000 hours into restoring this to what you see today. It's always nice to stop at these little what is that moments along the way, and honestly, it's a really great opportunity to get out of the sun for me today. Again, it is hot. It's a great day, it's fun. Good job to the woodpeckers on restoring that. Just a cool name, by the way. I really like the name, the woodpeckers. Let's keep the journey going. It's been a great day, albeit hot, but it's been a great day and a great tour so far. Still got some more stuff to see in this beautiful town. So we are in the castle now, and this place is pretty big, and there's a lot to see here. There's a lot to cover. There's a lot of history. One thing I will say, and I have done this before, it is pretty amazing. If you are here around Christmas market season, there is one weekend where they have the Christmas market in the castle. And I don't just mean in the courtyard. Most of it is in the courtyard. But you can actually go into the Keller, or the basement of the castle, and they do like arts and crafts and different things like this. Absolutely worth checking out. It's one of my favorite Christmas markets in all of Germany that I've been to. But because there's a lot to cover here and there's a lot of ground to cover, again, we're going to keep it high level history. We're not going to go and bore you and make it too deep like PhD, but let's send you on a point of view tour all the way around the castle. We'll meet back right here, and then we're going to get ready and go over to the Brothers Grimm childhood home. So I will see you in a little bit. So we're heading into Schloss Steinau. This was built between 1528 and 1555 directly over an old 13th century medieval castle. This is actually one of the earliest and best preserved early Renaissance castle complexes in the entire state of Hesse. It was originally built as a high-status secondary residence and a widow's estate. But as you can see, architecturally, the whole place is laid out in a unique, geometric five-sided pentagon. You have four massive corner bastions projecting into a deep, dry moat with high castle walls that were specifically engineered to survive early artillery warfare. And right in the center is the massive defensive keep. It stands 40 meters tall, or about 131 feet, and it was built right on top of those older medieval foundations. Historically, the castle served as a functional administrative hub where local taxes were collected and court trials were held. The castle also witnessed the turmoil of the 30 Years' War when Imperial troops occupied Steinau. And there's a solid Grimm connection here too. The brothers' father, Philipp Wilhelm, actually administered the district from Steinau, which included overseeing the castle and its estates. The castle also today hosts a permanent museum packed with original Grimm family possessions and documents. So yeah, like I said, that was a lot to cover. We didn't get too deep in the history, but we kept it enough so where you can learn something actually, which is important. That's what I like to do on this channel. But this is a beautiful Renaissance era castle, and like I said, the Christmas market is just phenomenal, and it's local, and the people here that I met were really nice. We actually randomly talked about Top Gun of all things, the movie Top Gun from the 80s. But enough of that, because it's time to get over to the Brothers Grimm house and the museum. Made it to the final stop of our journey today, the Brothers Grimm house, where we were earlier. Now we want to know a little bit before we go inside, because there is a museum inside, and the museum's spectacular. It's wonderful for families. I'll go in there and I'll show you a bit about it. But first, before we go in there, let's learn a bit about how this house, what did this house have to do with the Brothers Grimm to begin with? So behind me, ta-da, is the house. Again, you've already seen it earlier, but here's the house. Now, the reason the Brothers Grimm lived in this house to begin with was because their father, Philipp Wilhelm Grimm, was actually born in Steinau, by the way. He ended up getting a job as a local magistrate in 1791. This house is home for the local magistrate. This is something where it's like a government house, if you will. So if you have this position, the town takes care of you, and this is where they put you up. Not a bad place to be put up, if you're asking me. So in 1791, the family moved into this house. So Jakob and Wilhelm were 5 and 6 years old, respectively, when they moved into this house. They also had 4 siblings. One of the brothers actually turned into a famous illustrator himself, so that's kind of cool. They have a very, very artistic family. Tragedy did strike the Grimm family in 1796 because Philipp Wilhelm, the father, passed away from a sudden illness. Very tragic moment. At this point in time, the Brothers Grimm, or Jakob and Wilhelm in this particular case, were sent off, but the family themselves, other than those 2 brothers, stayed in Steinau. But the stories of Jakob and Wilhelm continued on, and again, later on during this series, and along these tours, we will stop in those towns so you get to see where their journey went down this Deutsche Märchenstraße, or German Fairytale Route, or German Fairytale Road. Okay, I lied a little bit, or I misunderstood earlier when the lady was talking about that I could film in here. I was actually a little surprised when she said I could film, or what I thought she said I could film. But it is a museum, and most museums you can't film in, which is okay, because it's still worth visiting here, and you should visit on your own if you're in Steinau or if you want to go see these things. On the lower floor is basically a lot of history about the family. There's a lot of artifacts, things like this. On the top floor, definitely more geared towards children, goes into a lot of the fairy tales, has some interactive things for them. So check it out. So yeah, let's keep touring the grounds a little bit. Let's go check out what they have on the outside. Use your imagination, or come visit here. Just, you know what, come visit here. Come visit here, and then you'll see what's inside. pretty sure Hansel and Gretel's house here is meant for kids, but we're going in anyway, so watch the head. Ah, that was easy. You know what? Maybe this is also meant for adults. Adults can have fun too, okay? We can have fun too, it's not just for kids. I keep filming from this spot outside the Brothers Grimm house because it is a hot day today. This whole time it's been pretty warm. It's gonna even get warmer later on. And I found myself a little shade. So if you're wondering why I continue to film in this exact same spot, that is why. But today was great. We learned a lot about the Brothers Grimm. We learned about what their role was within the community, or what their family's role was, what role Steinau played in their lives. But we also learned that Steinau has a lot more to do than just with the Brothers Grimm. However, Steinau does take their role on the Märchenstraße, or the Fairytale Route, very seriously. In fact, on August 1st, they have a festival coming up, which is pretty cool. So I might actually swing by here and check that out later. And by the way, the Christmas markets, I already mentioned it, in the castle is a must-see. It's only one weekend a year, so make sure you get it. But it is time to close out this particular journey. Make sure you're subscribed. I really appreciate it when you do subscribe, when you watch the videos, when you join me on these journeys, commenting, liking, sharing, all of that good stuff. But it is time for me to end this, so I will see you next time. So until next time, adventure awaits. It's really interesting. I love the local interactions I get here. I just met a kid that's a barber in the town, and he also does YouTube. The lady who runs the museum pulled up, was extremely friendly, even offered to move her car so I could film. It's just, people in these towns, I swear, I've never really had a bad interaction. It's just always been good. So another good reason to come visit these towns, for sure.